Madam Deputy Undersecretary. I received a new update from the Director of Operations. Stand by.
The time window for restoration of services has been extended indefinitely. Thank you.
Does the Director of Operations happen to report to Undersecretary Mendez?
Yes, D.O. Tanaka is a direct report.
This is no accident. Mendez is trying to block me out of the vault.
Forgive me, Madam Deputy, but isn't that a little paranoid?
You'd be paranoid too, if you got fucked over as much as I do.
Whatever's causing it, we won't get much done without power.
You underestimate me, Nishan. My electrical engineering degree wasn't just for show. Word of this gets out, I'll have your testicles as paperweights.
Understood, Madam Deputy Undersecretary.
I learned a few things besides networking at Kano Polytech. Let's hope I remember them.
Ah. Oh.
Well done, Madam Undersecretary.
What can I say? I live to impress you, Nishan. We have power again, but it's limited. Any news from the outside world?
The Security Council vote will proceed as planned, but you are scheduled to address the delegates first. The Ramses 2 is still off course near Juno, and the intervention window is closing. You've received another message from Admiral Kruzko, and you should be able to contact him again.
That won't mean shit if I can't make him listen. Did you find any dirt on him?
I'm afraid not. Of course, if the Secretary General weren't indisposed, he might share whatever unsealed files he might have.
He's safe. I like this dark side of you, Nishan.
I learned from the best, Madam Undersecretary.
My darling, while I would gladly carve up my schedule for you, it sounds like you might not be home anytime soon. I'm not surprised that foolish men think that they can control you, and I pity them greatly. I just heard from Shanapal. All things considered, he's faring well. I credit your fighting spirit, which I trust won't be too wounded by the loss of this pawn.
Faring well? Have you heard what your son is doing on Callisto? I must admit, of all the disasters I'm dealing with, it is our son that worries me most. All the time we spent raising him, and what does he do? Falls in love on a rock in the middle of space. Talk to him, Arjun. If you can't change his mind, no one can.
Oh, dann gucken wir uns mal hier den Safe an.
Need to find the key. Knowing the Secretary General, he's hidden somewhere.
Oh, zufälligerweise haben wir den schon zusammengesetzt.
Go back to your base and face the wall. It's called plausible deniability, for fuck's sake.
Deniability of what?
Good draw.
Tresorknacker, Trophäe erhalten. Öffnen den Tresor des Generalsekretärs. Verdeckte Agenten. Agent Carroll, Codename Chess, Standort Mars, Haushaltpersonal von Verteidigungsminister Kaschunov. Neuester Bericht, Verteidigungsminister hat 2 Geliebte und hört beim Training Bilderbank. Langfristige Folgen keine, kurzfristige Folgen keine Optionen erwägen, Agent dem Personal des Premierministers zuzuweisen. Agent Allen, Codename Calypso, Standort Mars, Hausmeisterpersonal des Mars-Kabinetts. Neuester Bericht, MCRN sieht alle gemeinsame UN-MCA-Schutzplaneten und Siedlungen als ihr rechtmäßiges Hoheitsgebiet an. Langfristige Folgen keine. Kurzfristige Folgen keine Optionen erwägen, Agent dem Personal des Premierministers zuzuweisen. Agent Morrison, Codename Disco, Standort Hier-Station, Star Helix-Bezirk. Neuester Bericht, erhöhte Präsenz von Loka-Krieger an den Docks, Star Helix vermerkt weniger Festnahmen als im letzten Quartal, mögliche Bestechungen. Disziplinarische Maßnahme, Mahnung. Schützenlieutenant Krusko wurde in der Dasihari-Lunge des UN-Hauptquartiers gesichtet. Er war in Begleitung von 2 Frauen, die beim Eintritt nicht ordnungsgemäß geprüft wurden. Es wurden mehrere Gramm Feenstaub in seinem Besitz entdeckt, Akten auf Anfrage von Captain Lorenzo Krusko versiegelt. 10-tägige Dienstenthebung. Lieutenant Krusko hat einen Routine-Test auf Rauschmittel nicht bestanden, Akten auf Anfrage von Captain Lorenzo Krusko versiegelt. Ermahnung, Kommandant Krusko wurde in der Launch Distinguished Hyacinth auf Sears in Begleitung von 3 Frauen gesichtet. Es wurde gehört, wie er lautstark über vorherige Missionen sprach, Akten auf Anfrage von Captain Lorenzo Krusko versiegelt. 10-tägige Dienstenthebung. Vizeadmiral Krusko war in einem nicht genehmigten Gefecht mit einem Felssammler der Gürtler involviert, der in UNN-Luftraum eingedrungen war. Akten im Interesse der UNN-Sicherheit versiegelt. Oh Gott, den dürfen wir wirklich nichts an Macht geben. Der Typ hat hier richtig Scheiße gebaut.
If we were wasting our time planning for alien contact, at least we are being honest about it.
Seite 1 von 956. Streng geheime Protokolle im Falle von groß angelegte militärische Auseinandersetzungen mit dem Mars. Inhalte: Analyse des marsianischen Militärs, Szenarios marsianischer Erstschlag, Analyse potenzieller Erstschlagziele, Szenarios Erstschlag der Erde, Möglichkeiten Umweltzusammenbruch, Übersicht über Raketenabwehr, Szenarios marsianische Technologie-Innovationen, Szenarios der Gürtel als Konfliktschauplatz. Seite 1 von 237. Streng geheime Protokolle im Falle von massivem Umweltzusammenbruch. Inhalte, Übersicht über Bevölkerungszentren und Risikobewertung, Durchführung, Hafendämme und ihre Einschränkungen, Kohlenstoffbindung, Forschung und Rückschläge, Nahrungsmittelengpässe und Hungersnot, großflächige Evakuierung, Luna oder Unternehmen Mondschuss, Merkur, Venus, Terraforming, Evakuierung oder Unternehmen Fels, Wolkenstädte, eine Post-Mortem-Analyse, Mars, Erstschlag, Evakuierung oder Unternehmen Amboss. Seite 1 bis 3, streng geheime Protokolle im Falle von Begegnung mit extrasolaren Lebensformen. Schritt 1, Gott finden. Schritt 2, bestätigen Sie jegliche Beweise für extrasolare Lebensformen, schließen Sie jegliche Möglichkeit marsianischer Einmischungen oder Gegenspionage aus. Fortgeschrittliche Mars-Technologie, Manipulation von Funkfrequenzen, Kostüme oder Prothesen. Schritt 3. Beginnen Sie mit diplomatischen Angeboten an den Mars oder Unternehmen kleineres von 2 Übeln. Führen Sie eine umfassende Prüfung des militärischen Vermögens des Mars durch und beginnen Sie Bemühungen der Zusammenlegung. Suchen Sie weiterhin nach Anzeichen marsianischer Verwicklung in einer groß angelegten Verschwörung, bevor die Waffenzusammenlegung beginnt. Schritt 4. Stellen Sie ein Team von Linguisten, Exobiologen und Glaubensführern zusammen und nehmen Sie Kommunikation auf. What the fuck? Alles klar. Okay. Wahrscheinlich geht sowas in Real eine halbe Stunde oder sowas. Kann man noch mal irgendwie beten oder so?
Protect my husband, who I need far more than I want him to know. Give me the strength not to strangle that infuriating private, or the strength to do it. Either way. Get Crusoe to listen to reason. Give him enough wisdom, or enough fear of what I'll do to him.
Also der hat öffentlich über geheime Dinge ausgeplaudert, der hat Drogen genommen, mit zwielichtigen Frauen war er unterwegs und oder so ein Scheiß. Illegal hat er gegen einen Gürtler-Felssammler einen Kampf angefechtet. Und lauter so Zeug. Ah, Jaran Pal.
Hi, Mom. It's me again. 2 messages in one day. Must be a new record, right? So, we're gearing up for a mission. I don't know where yet. I never do, but I wanted to reach out. What you said about Marie, that was pretty low. Even for you. She's important to me, Mom. You both are. That's why I want to be honest about my feelings. Just don't push me away, okay? Call me back when you get a chance. I'd love to hear from you before we deploy.
Sweet boy, you must stay safe and return to us soon. You have an important job to do, and I trust you to do it well. However, I may have spoken too harshly about your infatuation with this Marie. She cannot be all bad if you like her. But keep your head in the here and now. The belt is a dangerous place, and you can never let your guard down. In that way, it's like politics. I love you desperately, and I pray I will see your face again soon. Semper Fi, my sweet boy.
Mama, ich muss dir wohl nicht sagen, warum ich schreibe. Nach allem, was ihr zwei durchgemacht habt, machst du ihm wegen einem Mädchen das Leben schwer? Ernsthaft? Für eine Diplomatin bist du echt gut darin, die Lage schlimmer zu machen. Char geht es nicht gut, du musst Nachsicht zeigen. Wir sind seit Anfang seines Einsatzes im Kontakt, schon seit Luna, und er leidet die ganze Zeit. Nicht, dass er dir das zeigen würde. Ich habe Marie getroffen, seine Freundin. Sie ist nicht, was du glaubst. Sie ist echt schlau und lässt sich gar nichts gefallen. Du wirst sie mögen, wenn du dich nicht entschieden hättest, dass du es nie wirst. Sei eine gute Mutter und lass ihn in Frieden. Oh, und schau doch mal vorbei. Deine Enkelkinder möchten dich sehen und sie haben hier das Sagen. Liebe Ash.
Undersecretary, this is Admiral Kruzko. I'm afraid the situation near Juno has reached its inflection point. The Martians are now openly flouting system law, and this act cannot go unanswered. I understand your desire for caution in your temporary position. But that is no excuse for indecision. No orders have been issued, but I cannot guarantee the obedience of my captains. They understand that lives are at stake, and they are only human. I implore you to transmit orders as soon as possible. Kruzko, signing off.
This asshole won't respect me unless I make him.
Oh, Christian, I was just about to call you. The council has set the date for the reorganization vote. It's today, in full assembly.
And I don't suppose you'd consider postponement for the council member who's working from a hole in the ground.
Oh, believe me, I asked, begged even, but there's too much momentum.
I've made my position clear to you. I am sure I can make it to the other councillors as well.
Oh, of course, but the timing is, well, you should get on people's calendars as soon as you can.
Jeffrey, I like you. You're ambitious, and you have balls. That's why I am telling you to cancel the vote. You don't want to go up against me.
Christian, you are an inspiration. I've looked up to you for, well, my whole career. But this motion is moving forward, and last I counted, you were 3 votes short.
Cocksucker.
I've populated your screen with 5 delegates whose votes may be winnable. You should call them and see where they stand.
Very good.
Okay. Stellvertretende Bürgermeisterin Dunning.
This is Deputy Governor Dunning.
Natalie is Christian.
I should have known.
Natalie, I need a favor, and you know I wouldn't ask unless it were urgent.
Who are we kidding, Chris? You only ever call when you need a favor. So what is it?
It's the Security Council vote. Can I count on you to reject the reorganization under Mendes?
I like you, Chris. But not enough for charity.
Meaning?
Shepherd Complex has a faulty filtration system, and it needs updating. But the funds are never there. See that Shepherd gets its new water tower, and I'll support you.
I'll see what I can do.
You're Christian Avasarala. I expect a lot more than that.
Anmerkung: neuer Wasserturm. Der Finanzdirektor.
Well, this is a surprise. To what do I owe the honor?
This is about the vote to reorganize the Security Council.
Ah, I see. Well, Jeffrey Mendez is a spiteful worm, and any motion he champions is certainly one I will vote against.
So I have your support?
If you make me one promise.
I will do whatever it takes. I give you my word.
Ah, be careful, Madam Undersecretary. That's a dangerous thing to say in our line of work.
For some, but not for me.
As of now, I will vote with you against the reorganization. However, whatever happens in negotiations, you cannot raise taxes. If you plan a tax hike of any kind, you will be calling Mendez Sir before the week is out. Do you understand?
A more powerful Jeffrey Mendez is something nobody wants.
True, but power abhors a vacuum. If Mendez is stopped, who will step in to take his place? You?
I understand the situation, and I will make this work.
I appreciate the call, Madam Undersecretary. Good luck.
Seine Stimme hätten wir so eventuell. Unterstaatssekretär der Aufsicht.
Avasarala,
Okoro, I've heard that you're undecided on the security reorganization.
Only because I knew you'd show up here eventually.
I know we've had our disagreements in the past, but your support in this vote is crucial.
How crucial?
Enough for me to be here kissing your ass, when I should be in New York getting a manicure.
So I can give you the vote, but I'll need something in return.
Jeder will irgendwas im
Don't keep
Gegenzug
me in
haben.
suspense.
We're getting a lot of flack from the wealthier tiers of the Earth admin zones. Too many private regulations over spaceport licensing.
You're joking.
They want the UN Accountability Office to deregulate private spaceports. And they're fine with higher taxes, if that's what gets it done.
Very well. I will get back to you.
I'm sure you will. But only when your back's against the wall.
Does she think I do this to make friends?
Ja, das tut sich hier nämlich beides ausschließen. Der hier will keine Steuererhöhung und sie will höhere Steuern annehmbar. Ja. Das ist schwierig. Lina Masters and Senior Manager
Is this
System
for real?
Manufacturing.
Christian Avasarala. It's been a long time.
Elena, it's been a few years.
Years? Come on. You remember the last time we saw each other.
I'm afraid I don't remember.
That's not surprising. I hardly remember it either.
Listen, I need a favor.
Let me guess. Menda's security plan?
How did you know?
Singh warned me you'd be calling. But I understand why you're concerned. Any idiot can see what Mendez is trying to pull.
Can I count on you?
You may. But only if the proposed water tower in Shepherd Complex never moves forward.
Oh, you're not a supporter of the project?
I'm not a supporter of handing Dunning another fucking victory to pad her resume for committee assignments.
I see.
I knew you would. Gotta run. Good luck today, Christian.
Scheiße. Das ist das, was die Bürgermeisterin will, ne? Sie will ein neuer Wasserturm und sie will keinen. Mal gucken, was der Oppositionsanführer Weiß hat. Der Menschen zuerst Partei.
What can I do for you, Madam Undersecretary?
I'm coming to you for help with the Security Council's reorganization proposal.
Oh, that? I'm afraid the belt's security status doesn't affect the People's Party's platform. Not directly, anyway.
Then I would like to ask for your vote.
And incur the wrath of Jeffrey Mendez? I don't know how I feel about that.
Mendez is not the one you should be afraid of, Mr. Weiss.
I'm not sure I appreciate that implication, Madam Undersecretary.
It's simply a reminder that the People's Party has friends in the UN, and you wouldn't want to jeopardize that friendship.
Listen, I want to help, but I have my own issue that I could use your support with.
Naturally.
The private spaceports of the wealthy are draining resources and crowding public lands. Now some delegates are attempting to remove the limited regulatory oversight we have.
Spaceport regulations. That's your issue?
That, and raising taxes, of course. The people have spoken.
Very well. Thank you for your time, Mr. Weiss.
Anytime. We appreciate your support.
I've captured the findings from your conversations with the delegates. You can review and prepare your policy decisions when ready.
Very good. I'll meet you at your station. Admiral Krusko, here are your orders. You will remain in place. You will not intercept the MCR and Ramses II. Understand, this is not a request, and I owe you no explanation. I've also been reviewing your sealed personal file. It reads like a fucking tabloid. Sex, nepotism, cover-ups. It would only take one word from me to have it unsealed and all over the news tonight. I will await your confirmation of these orders.
Ich denke mal, das war deutlich genug.
Let's figure out which policies I support to get the vote locked in.
I have the summary for you to review.
Keine Steuererhöhung. Der neue Wasserturm erfordert Steuererhöhung. Scheiße. Hm. Meinst du Deregulierung privater Raumhäfen? Ja zur Steuererhöhung. Keine Steuererhöhung will das Singen haben. Scheiße. Für den Bau, gegen den Bau. Keine Steuererhöhung und Nein zum Wasserturm. Also ich glaube, Okoro, Sing und Masterson, das passt gut zusammen.
Let's give Earth rich idiots even less oversight. Yes on deregulation.
Understood.
Keine Steuererhöhung. Sicher. Keine Steuererhöhung.
Singh is a single-issue voter. No new taxes.
Got it.
I need Masterson's vote. And she's not wrong about the water tower. It will have to wait.
Sounds good. Let me double check these tallies. Congratulations, Madam Deputy. This should secure you the votes.
Yeah.
I'll send along your policy commitments to the 5 delegates.
Thank fuck. Of course, none of that will matter if I'm not there to cast the deciding vote.
I've requested a postponement to the session. In lieu of that, you can always connect in remotely, now that the power's restored.
I'm not banking on it. Keep pressing them.
Okay.